Well, that is good to know. On 5, 4, 3. Hey everyone, welcome to Around the World in No Rush. My name's Yogi Paliwal, the Beast from the East, and we have right here Alex Meyer, the Boy West Coast.
That's right,
And
Boy West Coast.
We're here to finish our trilogy of Bellevue malls, and we're at the Queen Jewel, if you ask me, the diamond stolen from India of Bellevue malls, the Kohinoor diamond. Bellevue Square Mall.
It's the one that when you think about Bellevue, you think of, and I don't even say that if you really like just know the mall, but if you know anything about Bellevue and kind of what to expect, this is the shiny one.
Yeah.
This is the most well lit one.
Yeah.
It smells the best.
It does smell the best.
But I kind of prefer the weird kind of funk of Crossroads.
That's right.
You know, it's like somebody farted in here a while ago, and it's still lingering. But you can tell they meant well.
It's got,
and it feels like home.
It's got big library that shut down vibes. It's got big people
Yes.
used to come here.
Yes,
But this mall is,
and it has a library in it.
It does have a it does, yeah.
Yeah,
KCLS.
where's the library here?
Nobody's reading in this mall, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's for sure.
We've been here for about 10 to 15 minutes. We've walked around. We did an interview that we'll play later on in the episode, teasing it right now, with a black-owned business that has been open for 2 years and 1 week to this day. We did a interview with the owner of the establishment, and we're very excited to show it to everybody. Bellevue Square Mall is weird in its own right in the fact that it is capitalism at its max, if you ask me. It is any place with a Tesla dealership inside the store. It's like, this is wrong. This is bad. This one has 2 electric vehicle dealerships. It's got a Tesla and it's got a Polestar, the Volvo hybrid. It's Volvo in China trying to start an electric car company. But
No Rivian though.
No Rivian.
No Rivian though.
Actually, they might. I mean, I haven't walked around the whole thing.
You think they do?
You
I
probably
mean,
do,
that
yeah.
feels very Bellevue. Rivian.
I bet you could get a Rivian delivered to the mall. Let's put it that way. I want to buy a Rivian. Oh, where do you want it to be sent to? The mall.
And then they say, what city? You say Bellevue, and they say which mall? and then you start to say Bellevue, and then they're like, just kidding.
Just
we
kidding.
know.
Yeah, we know.
We
Yeah.
know which one
Yes.
you wanted it
We've
to be.
delivered 7 this week.
Yeah, exactly.
They all exploded.
This this mall, it I don't know, it's weird because although it like embodies everything about a mall that I dislike,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I still kind of. I don't know. I kind of like some part. I like that it's like in the city center, which is really grown here
Sure,
in Bellevue.
that's true,
Like
yeah.
that part, it has sky bridges that connect it to. Technically, it's part of the Bellevue collection.
It is,
It
yes.
gets fancier.
This is the level 1 of... Actually, I think this is level 2. What we went to was level 0.5, Crossroads at Victoria. And then there's a level 3, which is the Bravern. And
The Brave. Yes.
they have Louis Vuitton. If I was here longer, we would try and do one there and get shot. I feel like if we set up microphones, they'd be like, all right, call, get the elephant bullets.
Yeah, that would really.
A guy with a horn comes out. It's Louis Vuitton, the horn itself.
Oh, I thought you meant the guy.
Oh, he's covered
He's
in
got his ghost or what I assume. I assume he's no longer with us. His gets what he wanted. It's
That
what he
makes sense.
wanted in life is to shoot people at malls.
Shout out to Ryan and Shane, people leaving comments. Everyone that's watching us right now, you're the real heroes. We're the real zeros.
Thank you. And also, I may have said something about Shane in the interview coming up.
You did? Oh.
I did. I still stand by most of it, but you know what? I don't hate you, Shane.
You haven't
I think you're a
seen
wonderful person.
The most recent episode, but Shane
I
called
miss
you
you.
out.
He did?
Yeah, Shane said, I totally forgot about Meyer dipping and going to the game. And you know what? Shane's right. Man went
Wait. Dip from the
bachelor party, yeah.
So dipping was like not going to the airport, which because that was
Yeah.
what that's what it was all about.
The end of the experience is a part of the experience.
Hey, you got. I tried to get you to go to that game.
I did want to go to the game. Did Seahawks
You
win?
know what? I think y'all dipped from the bachelor
Wow.
party I was trying to
You know
have
what?
for you.
That's a fair point.
So Shane, that's on you.
Shots fired.
I tried to make it happen.
Elephant guns.
You know what? I stand by what I'm about
from
to
Louis
say in
Vuitton.
that video.
Oh, wow. Wow, 180.
No.
He'll go back
no.
again, 360. You
I
know what,
love
Shane?
you.
I love you.
I love you. Shane, why don't we hang out? I think you live deep on the east side. We should all do something in hell.
Wow.
But I do love you, and I'd like to love you in hell. And No, we'll come back to that and how
You know,
I
he
feel
lives
about
in
Shane
Guam.
in the moment. Yeah, that's pretty deep on the east side.
It's east of somewhere. How you doing, man? So
We're definitely getting noticed here. I will say that. Like,
people are looking.
We're a sore thumb here.
Oh yeah, Factoria Crossroads. We're a part of the environment.
That's because they are sore hands.
That's right.
And we fit right in.
Yes. That's a hand where all of the fingers have been hit with a hammer. Yeah.
And at Crossroads, it's into it.
So
it's into it.
I have had a lot of memories at this mall. They used to have a lot more kid-friendly climbing boats and stuff.
Oh, I remember those.
Yeah, those were that. Some of my favorite mall memories were at that age where like you could just climb and jump and run around. And I think there used to be an FAA Shorts out here where there was the McDonald's. I think it's a Starbucks now. I remember it was packed always because like getting hot fries in a mall after a day of shopping. That's what America was all about. It was its own version of being in Times Square and then getting a slice from a guy that smells like liquor.
God bless America.
God bless America.
Wow. Look at that. Cheers. Why did it take us till now to start cheersing mics?
I don't know. I don't know.
I love that a lot.
We needed to say something profound to
we
cheers.
Finally.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Finally got there.
It took 3 episodes.
I do remember the boats you're talking about. Like I have no reason to have spent time at this mall when I was a kid.
Yeah, why were you here?
My dad would like to take me when he was running errands, and he did a real good job at it in that he made it so like he'd just throw in some random playgrounds or something.
Sure. Yeah.
That were like, so then it became, I was all excited, like, ooh, we're going to go in the car. We're going to go to some park that's not the usual park.
Right.
This playground has cut up tires or something instead of sand. Ooh, it's an adventure. And then, we're like, okay, so he's got to go and interview someone. He did a lot of, it was a lot. Actually, that part was kind of cool because he was like interviewing for a hydroplane newsletter.
Oh, that's really cool.
So it would be like we're in the shop, and I'm like, he's like trying to interview them as he's also keeping an eye on me as I probably go and like grab a propeller or something.
Right. Do some mischief.
Start whipping it around. I'm like, so what do you feel about this upcoming season? And look at that. And Alex put it down.
Yeah, right.
No, I was well behaved.
When you started the story and described the experience of going to parks and that you were excited and you wanted to smell the different smells, in my mind I was like, I think your dad thought you were a dog. I think that's what's going on.
It took a while to get past that.
Yeah. Well, the food wasn't good.
I mean, I got a lot of positive reinforcement as a kid. I heard "good boy" all the time, and I think that was really good for my self-esteem.
I mean, hearing "good boy" is good.
And you know what? Very good at finding things. My scent, off the charts.
I got a good sense of smell as well. Do you know about this movie? Okay. I have a story about how good I could smell.
That's why we sniffed each other's asses when we first met.
Hey, you're not on the mic. I have a story about. I have a really good sense of smell, and my friends in high school knew this about me. Mm-hmm. And they're like, Yogi, put it to the test. Smell us some food. And look, we're goofing. We're having fun. So I sniffed out some pizza because that's what I wanted. And they went, nah, it's too expensive. And so I said, okay. So I sniffed out. And I saw a line at Auntie Anne's. I'm like, this. And they were doing free pretzels at Auntie Anne's. So those high school friends of mine have a story where I sniffed out free food.
Wow.
I'm pretty proud of it.
Well, what are we doing here? What are we doing if you can smell some free food? Because that one thing I've heard, I have not been able to confirm this. I was hoping to have an article which I'd print out and I would whip out here and read it.
All right.
To all of you. Couldn't find it. I gave up pretty easily. I've heard rumor. One thing that's interesting about this mall, there's no food court. There's a lot of food, but no food court.
That's
like
right.
There's no one place you go and a central area where you eat. There are some tables interspersed.
All right.
Some could argue the whole mall.
You told me about this,
Yeah.
and we are at a table with chairs right now, and there's a spot over there where the McDonald's used to be, where the Starbucks is, where it's kind of food courty.
Food court, but there's not like a big central food court with a bunch of seats.
This is
from
true.
What I've heard, so
this is
it's
true.
a little different from
traditional
most
malls.
Traditional malls of the ones we've been to. This being the closest thing. And I've heard there was some reasoning for that where they didn't like the idea, like, well, people are just going to sit there and hang out and not spend money. Now, I don't fully understand the logic of that because that is exactly what we are doing right now.
That's right.
But I specifically, because I'd heard that once, and I don't know if this is true, but in case it is, I was determined to come here and not spend any money. I chugged a Premier Protein before coming here.
Man even brought his own water. Get in the frame.
My own water.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. I don't need your handout water or to pay for water. Actually, I'm not sure they have hand. I would assume they do.
They don't.
Drinking my own
you got to pay for
here.
water here. This is one of them stores. This is like a mall in Dubai. You got to pay for everything.
You put your credit card in, and it's an old decommissioned gas tank.
You know how like bars check your IDs? They check your credit card on the way in. They're like credit cards.
Oh,
And like, BECU.
You're available.
Okay.
You have to have a higher available balance if it's BECU. Like we might let you in, but like you've got to have a $15K available balance on here. Whereas we wouldn't even check your available balance if this was Citi, Bank of America.
That's right. What do you think is the most evil bank in terms of just name, not in what they've done, which is all terrible, and I'll link the articles here, but in terms of name, for me, it goes, the one that I'd bank with, because I know they'll always be in business by how evil they sound, is Santander.
What?
Santander Bank. Santander. A bank from Spain.
What?
Santander. Yeah.
How'd this happen?
I live in New York. They have a whole bunch of Santanders out there. Yeah.
I knew it was a New York thing.
Sorry.
They won't let me do it.
You think they'll bring Santander to the West Coast?
Chase, it just sounds threatening.
Chase is pretty threatening. Yeah, I'll give you
like
that.
they're chasing you.
Right,
you know,
They're
like
trying to find you.
I'm just like, I don't want you to chase me.
Hey, stop chasing
me. I don't want this to happen.
The Chase logo, from what I understand, is like these old wooden pipes from one of the banks they acquired from way back when that was like the pipes of the city were made out of wood, and the company that did that became a bank later on because they made all the pipes. And then so that logo, that weird circle, is like an homage to that.
That's what the pipes were like. Right, yeah. Wow. Yeah. And do you think they decided, was this in the era of the pneumatic tubes at drive-thrus? So they're just like, oh, we're do pipes.
You think wooden?
Oh,
you think the banks? No. I mean,
banks.
Sorry, no. I mean pipes isn't like for water. I mean like the city.
Yeah. No, I think they were like, we're doing all these city, and then they're like, wait a minute. You see those tubes?
Yes, let's put them in the building. Yeah,
those are like pipes. We could make those. Let's start a bank.
You know,
it's brilliant.
I'm tired of handing files to each other. I want them to shoot across everywhere.
That was fun. I've heard every Home Depot. Which shockingly, there's not a Home Depot in either the Factoria or Crossroads Mall because it'd just be random enough.
That's right.
They have pneumatic tubes still that they use. I think like from the like, not necessarily for cash register, but like from the front to the back to the safe room.
Depot's got tubes.
Apparently they just put the big money instead of walking it across. They do it that way.
That makes sense.
That's what I've heard.
I do love tube technology because at the end of the day, a tube is just a glorified wire. You know what I mean? And wires are the lifeblood of humanity.
Interesting. I think of wires as just being shitty tubes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Something so bold yet so idiotic.
Yep.
Almost have to put the less you know graphic over something so stupid like that.
Can we make that?
Less you know?
Make it the less you know? I feel like that would come in very handy on this podcast. Just
I want a pitch lower than the regular one. So instead of dun 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 dun, it should be like dun dun dun.
I feel it should like really fall apart at something like
oh yeah,
but
that's not fun to hear.
That's exactly why it needs to be
it works
there.
with a bit better. Okay,
Yep.
Myers' idea
Yep.
wins. You know what? We'll do both. And which one?
We'll get into production.
Ryan or Shane like? we'll go with
Shane, who I do love. Again, and you know.
All right, so we got about 5 more minutes on this thing, and I want to talk about something, if that's okay with you. I've been in Seattle for about 22 days now, and I just finished up a weekend in Portland for the Ha Ha Harvest Festival, and I got to tell you something. It was maybe one of the best comedy experiences I have ever had in my life. It was so much fun and so gratifying, and the people that put on that festival, the entire staff and crew and all the venues were so fucking fantastic. I don't like that I swore there. That's how much I respect the integrity of this institution. But the Ha Ha Harvest Festival was so great. If you are a comic and you want to do a festival, that is the one to do. Just the level of joy of being at an after party at a comedy theater and they're doing karaoke while they have catered food, and so you're seeing comedians do a guy at the end did the last song of the night was Freddie Mercury and David
Duchovny.
Don't do this. Let me finish the story before you make fits. But it was Under Pressure. And for a room full of comedians to just yell, why can't we give love? It's just so great, so fantastic.
Man.
So
that was a good experience.
Yeah, I cried several times of joy, and I don't think I've done that ever in my life. But you know what I have started doing that might have caused this? Cocaine. No, I've started doing this thing where a guy on one of the reels said, if you want to change your life, brush your teeth with your opposite hand. All right, pretty straightforward so far.
Okay.
Do 10 deep inhales, like that. And then the last one, this is the hardest. Look at a mirror and tell yourself, I love you 10 times in a row.
Am I supposed to do all of this at once? Like I brush?
No, don't overexert yourself.
I just need to know.
You brush your teeth, you do the I loves yous, and then you do the 10 deep inhales. And they say do 10 deep inhales later as well, but I only do it once, and it's changed my life, Meyer.
Is it also 10 exhales?
No, it's just
10
it's exaggerated inhales. You want to do one right now? That's it. Okay, eventually exhale, but it doesn't have to be exaggerated.
But I mean, like I'm doing it, so I don't need to just see like, just do 10 of them until you pass out.
All right.
Just I'm a little. I'm too literal. I'm likely on the spectrum.
You might be right. Because it does make
like
you
need
a little lightheaded.
Like you need to like a. But there's no out.
I don't know. Listen, I watched a 6-second reel where I picked up all the information I gave you. So whether I'm doing it right or not is very suspect. But what it has done for me
is support it. I
feel genuinely happier and am able to deal with just the issues and frustrations of my life in a way that has been beneficial to me. Now, does this have anything to do with the comedy festival or my life or anything? Kind of. I feel as if I've turned a page in a way that is really, really awesome. And a part of it is getting to do this fucking show with you. And so I want to, on the show, tell you thank you so much for hitting me up as much as you did and saying, hey, I want to do this with you because I love you immensely and I think that you're a generational talent. And I want your voice on a microphone at all times because the boy West Coast is someone who deserves to not only be on the air, but to stay on the air.
Wow, that's very kind of you. I appreciate it. I love you too, man. And also, it's weird. Did I have to say "man" in a way to like feel better with it? You know what? I love you. I love you.
Do an exaggerated inhale after I love. Oh yeah. Go for it. Yeah, you were doing it.
I love you.
Thanks, man.
There we go.
Appreciate it, Doctor.
And this has been very good for me too. I've really enjoyed just being able to do this, and I've definitely gotten a lot out of this, and also like just some you're mentioning those things. Don't mean to shit on it with my.
Please.
But what about the breathing out? No, I meant earlier. No, I do fully support that. I've been doing kind of some similar things, some breathing exercises and stuff learned in therapy, in addition to just doing therapy and taking a moment to do some breathing, to do some meditating, to just take a moment and really like just when you have a feeling like analyzing it for a bit. And it makes it easier, like if you get upset about something, and instead of just being upset, you're just like, well, why am I upset?
Right.
And sometimes it's just like, oh, I'm hungry.
Right, sure.
I'm tired, or whatever it is, or maybe just like, you know what, there's some valid things going on, and that's okay. And life is hard sometimes, and that's okay that it's hard. And it makes it all much more enjoyable. And
At first, I was genuinely a little bummed at how long it took me to figure this out. And then I remind myself, well, some people live and never figure this out.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
be grateful for the wins you got. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, that's part of it too.
Right.
Not just like, hey, it doesn't matter how long it took to get here. We're here, and it's all about just continuing that, moving forward, and just doing your best to improve. So I'm glad you're finding that too.
I just feel like doing this project has definitely shown, A, that nobody cares if you podcast in public. Nobody cares. They'll look at you like, I guess they're doing a thing. But weirdly enough, one thing I've noticed when people look at us is they're mentally thinking, I bet I can see that I find it online. Like just some sort of like, they're probably going to put it on the internet. Like there's an explanation internally that I'm seeing as well. Like, what's going on over there? Oh, they're probably doing that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun.
We need to have a sign next time with a QR code.
All right. Hypothetically, if I'm back in Bellevue, you want to do one in Bravern? You want to finish out?
Oh, I'm gonna have to re-up my life insurance first. But
a Star Wars prequel sequel. We'll go over to the Bravern. Next 3 won't be nearly as good as the first 3, but it'll be something that people complain about.
I actually recently, back when I was doing stand up, I found an old video, and I had a bit about the Bravern.
Oh, really?
And it was just kind of describing it, like open up with
right.
It has got a Neiman Marcus. It's like really fancy, really shiny. All these great stores in there that cost a lot of money. It originally was going to be called the Everything You Think About Bellevue is True Mall. But the Bravern, so much more pretentious,
That's
so
right.
they went with that,
Yes.
and it turns out that is more Bellevue,
Oh,
so
yeah.
they just went that way.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that was one that I was like, oh yeah. I think I was describing it to someone a little bit before because Bravern came up, and I'm like, yeah, it was brilliant. And then I watched it on there. I was like, it was fine.
It's pretty good. I like it a lot.
Okay, you know what? It was great. And I don't care what you think about it, Shane. Yes, I do. I need your approval. I need your approval, Shane.
You know, you brought Ryan, I brought Shane. You think Ryan and Shane would be friends?
I think they will be when we force them to.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
I love podcasts.
Oh, great. What's your name?
Ashley?
Hey, I'm Yogi. Nice to meet you. This is my friend Alex. What brings you to Bellevue these days?
Hello,
What brings me
Alex.
to Bellevue is
I've been
I
rejected.
love the little place where I live. I'm just joking.
You're totally fine.
Wait, which part are you
Hey.
joking about? Do you not live in Bellevue, or do you not love Bellevue?
Hey, you ripped?
What really it is what are we talking about right now?
This is a travel show called Around the World No Rush. We're doing all the Bellevue malls. We did Crossroads. We did Factoria. Now we're doing Bellevue Square. And I'm going to give you this, and I'm going to
Okay.
yell into this microphone instead.
So, hey, guys, I'm a UX designer. And all I have to say about the malls is it's a completely unsustainable process.
Oh, yeah.
In every way, should they just completely close down the mall, get a manufacturing company, and get samples, runways up in here, and just get it sent to your size? I can't stand the sizes at the mall.
Yeah, sizes are bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sizes are crap here.
You know, yeah, go on.
Send your curves in, and they'll send it in. And they need to configure the mall, get rid of the high fashion crap that's
Yeah, those
completely
stores don't sell
overpriced
shit.
and stupid.
Yeah.
Elitist crap.
You know that shit's a
murderous
front
shit.
for trafficking? What they do is
They're evil.
when they're at the mall, they'll buy a bag,
They're
and that's a
evil.
way to give $50,000 to a person without tracking it.
They're evil.
Yeah.
All I have to say is go blinking or go home. And I also have a new invention coming up. It's called the Jive. It's a finger ring that sends it directly to your app at a social networking event. Enough with them asking for my handle.
Oh, yeah.
That's totally rude and intrusive. And it's time to just get the information you need on an app with a little Jive ring, and that's what's up for me.
That makes sense.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank
Have a
you.
wonderful day. Thank you so much. That was great. So, at the end of the day, I think what's
I
most
forgot, do you
important...
think she's cool with Wetzel's, though?
I don't know. I think she's more an
Do you
Auntie
think
Anne's
she's
person.
Auntie Anne?
Hey,
Okay, good.
We
She's-
started this
she's our
with
kind
you
of people.
saying Bellevue Square is not weird. And guess what, buddy? You're wrong. You're wrong.
I've never been
Bellevue
so happy to be
can't
wrong.
have a normal mall.
She also refused to shake my hand.
Oh, yeah. She didn't
It
care for
was-
you.
She did not care for me.
You ain't
at
got
all.
the smoky hat, baby.
I know.
You know, there's only one person that said, "Oh, Smokey," and they mentioned it at this festival. I thought at least one person would go, "Hey, Smokey the Bear, fun hat." Only one person did. Ron Lynch of home movies fame and many other things. And he said, "What's the deal with it?" And I'm like, "Decent question." And here's the thing: being named Yogi in America, I got by a lot of "what's your name" mean nonsense because of the character Yogi Bear. So if a cartoon bear is involved, hey, I'm down for it. You know why? What's Smokey all about? Don't start a fire in the forest? Yeah, I'm down with that messaging, okay? Let everyone know. Quit the fucking fires. But what happened is, I'm sorry, one last thing, is Ron Lynch said, yo, that's pretty funny because I did kind of do a Yogi Bear reference earlier. I'm like, well, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, I walked into the women's bathroom accidentally. And I walked out, and only Ron Lynch saw me. And as I shamefully walked to the men's bathroom, Ron Lynch just went, Yogi, which is the perfect Ranger impression of when he's disappointed in Yogi Bear. So shout out to Ron Lynch. Fun times at the festival. The only person who had the courage to ask me about my Smokey hat.
Are you gonna expand that to other cartoon bears as well? Like, so for Smokey, are you
only
Berenstain?
Only.
Or is it Berenstein?
Okay. All right.
You gonna celebrate them
this
gaslighting the whole?
This fucking guy. I don't know. No. The answer is no. They don't stand for something I like. Yogi's parks, Smokey's the fires. If a bear's if a bear's lying to me about protecting the environment, that's a group I can.
What about the Charmin bear?
Charmin bears.
You love shitting.
I use a bidet.
It.
I use a bidet. So Charmin bears, you cut. Hang out with the orangutans because of the palm oil.
There's some involved, right? Like you'd need some toilet paper. Not at all. Not a drop. Not at all.
You spend enough money on a bidet.
Oh,
you don't even need to wash your hands.
You got
All right, everyone. Thanks for sticking around. We're going to play the interview we did with the local business, and we hope you enjoy it. We'll also release that separately so that everyone doesn't have to deal with what we just did for the entire time to get to that interview. Hey, I've really loved this. I hope you're having a fun time.
I'm having a great time.
Really, really great.
I hope you're having a great time. Except for Shane. Or wait, what did I say last?
I don't know.
No, especially Shane.
Yeah, sure.
I forget. I forget which one I'm on now. I go off and on
First
Shane,
walk on, but not the last. I almost nodded over to the security to come over to ask if this is cool. Because at this point, I'm like, I'll fucking go for it. And then she approached me, and I'm like, you know what? She's going to be on the show. We are.
I thought you knew her at first. She walked up almost like, hey, it's me.
Did you hear me ask her, hey, you ripped? She was like, yeah, man. I was like, hey, you ripped? She goes, so what is this podcast about? All right. Enjoy your lives. Thank you so much. Enjoy the interview. Oh, sir, what's your full name again?
Ahmed Sheikh.
Ahmed Sheikh?
Yeah. Ahmed Sheikh. Yeah.
You?
Eric.
All right. So how long you got this store, kid?
We actually just hit our 2-year anniversary.
Look at that.
Last week.
Beautiful.
It's a great question to start off with.
I genuinely didn't even read that. I was like, this is a place. Are we in focus? Shane's going to complain if we're not in focus.
But I hate Shane. I want Shane to suffer. So I'm trying to. Thing is, I'm so bad. I won't even know I'm not focusing. So trying to not focus, I will focus.
All right. So 2 years, you said?
Yes, sir.
To the date?
Last week. Yes.
Last week.
Yes.
Wow. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
What was harder, the first year or the second?
I think the second.
Yeah.
I think the second.
Yeah.
The first year, because you're on a high.
Well,
like
you also
everything-
opened the pandemic.
Yes. But you know what's crazy though?
The pandemic.
We were open when the stimulus checks. The
Oh,
stimulus
really?
were crazy.
Ooh.
So and like in hindsight, when
Yeah.
you think about it, we were thinking like, oh, we're gonna struggle.
Right.
But with all the extra money that was in it,
Yeah, you thrived.
we thrived.
You
It was
thrived.
amazing. So we're like, you
Yeah.
know what? This is amazing. We opened at the perfect time.
Yeah.
The year after, I feel like this year, it kind of shriveled up real fast.
Yeah.
People are kind of, being wary as far as how they're spending.
Yeah,
Cost
people ain't
of
buying
living.
$300 shoes.
Everything is up the roof.
They're buying it and trying to flip
Gas,
it. They're doing what you're doing
groceries.
now. Yeah.
So, I mean, we've noticed this year, and then also we've been dealing with a lot of, like, crap from Panda Express.
What the fuck's Panda doing to
you
you?
see that? Well, they flooded our store 6 times, actually.
All right.
That's why
All right.
this is all messed up and all that. So.
Hey, get the camera on me. I'm going to talk to Panda tonight, okay? Let them know there's sharks out here. Shoes can't deal with moisture, okay?
Absolutely.
If it's soy sauce, we got some fixed people on
That's
YouTube that can take care of
It's
itself.
grease trap. It's enter.
Yeah,
Too much orange chicken. Y'all gotta lay on the orange
That's an NBA problem right there. You gotta figure this out.
No, seriously.
So what was it? Was it their fryer?
grease trap.
Grease trap.
Bursted.
Oh, you gotta clean that. You
Yeah,
watch some
so-
cleaning videos? It's very
I know. I
satisfying.
see it.
The
So they
circles.
bursted. Actually happened in the front of our store 2 times. like 4 times back. We lost over $200,000 worth of inventory.
No, really?
And we were closed. Yeah, we are.
He's insured.
But we were closed for 2 months. We actually just reopened.
Wow.
4 weeks now. So that's why I was like, the second year has been way harder.
Yeah, of course.
Because we've been doing a lot of like just punches.
So does Bellevue Square's infrastructure, the actual organization, do any of this, or do they expect the tenants to figure it out?
So it's a tenant-to-tenant issue.
Wow. Motherfuckers. They stole the
kinda-
land from the Japanese, and now they can't fucking take care of us?
So that's kind of the headache right now. No, seriously, that's the headache that we're dealing
Yeah.
with. Honest to God, like one of the biggest things that we're furious about. We had the first flood December of 2022. We notified them. They didn't really take it serious. We actually got a private plumber to take a look at it as well. Showed them countless of pictures, and they're like, "No, it's okay, just operate." But it just kept happening, and it got more and more frequent.
Yeah.
To the point it was like every 2 months it'd be like a massive flood. But the last time that it happened, like I said, it completely kind of just shut us down, and we had to kind of figure it out with Panda. And they replaced pretty much all their pipes, like $60,000 worth of pipes.
Oh, shit.
They're still dealing with stuff in the back, but it's really crippling as far as the new business.
Of course.
Because I don't know if you know, but they always say the first 2 years, the most important years, 80% of businesses close in the first 2
Yeah,
years.
that's right.
And to deal with 6 floods as a new business, as a small business, was hard. It was really, really hard. Really hard.
Hard, impossible.
Yeah, even now, like
You wake up and go,
yeah,
we lost merch in the morning.
We're,
It's sold? No, it did not sell.
yeah, we're here.
We gotta put it in the trash.
We're here trying to figure it out, but
Yeah.
it's still tough. We're just thankful
course.
that we haven't.
You know
been
I'm not
shut
going
down.
viral. You
Yeah,
know
no, we're good. No, we're good. But I said we haven't been.
There's no GoFundMe at the end of this.
No.
That's
GoFundMe.
wild.
I'm gonna say this too. Actually,
Crazy.
I've never put up a GoFundMe, and I
Wow.
never will put a GoFundMe.
But now we got one for no.
No, don't do that. That's a scam.
Don't worry, we'll take the money. We'll take the money. It's fine.
That's wild. That's fucking insane. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I walked in here and
You actually walked in.
I actually
4 days after we reopened.
No, really?
I swear to God.
Wow.
I swear to God.
I don't know why. I
Yeah.
was here avoiding something, and I went to Jamba Juice, and nobody's in there.
Really?
No one's working there. I stood there for 10 minutes, and 10 minutes is a long time to stand for Jamba Juice,
What were you
even
trying
if
to
you
get?
want it. Just something to drink.
The white gummy, you guys?
I went.
Gummy.
No, I don't.
Not the white gummy?
I'm a mango tango guy.
No,
That's me.
my goodness.
So I went to Wetzel's Pretzels.
Yeah.
I was like, let me get the jalapeno. He's like, this one's burnt. Let me make you another one, which is a good move.
That's it.
I don't want to wait 20 minutes for a pretzel though. That's
Minutes, wow.
yeah. So Bellevue Square let me down that day, but this shop took care of me.
And we had a good conversation.
It was really nice, yeah.
Good conversation.
I thought you weren't here because you changed your hair up.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, my friend's not here.
Yeah.
Come on.
I actually just took my hair out while I was sitting here like 10 minutes ago.
Beautiful. Are you stressing out?
Nah, I was
Is it
gonna get
looking
it. I was gonna get it redone in 2 days. So I gotta let it breathe a little bit, you know.
All right, so in terms of the lows, which I think you mentioned here,
Yeah.
tell us about the highs, because you said the first year, kind of a blur, huh?
Yes, sir. The highs, honestly, I think just chasing your dream. I think that's the biggest high of all of them. Like I said, local business, group of your friends, kind of just winging it, figuring it out. All new business owners. The only black-owned business in Bellevue Square right now. So it's also just like leading a way for the next generation as well.
Yeah, of course.
My partner is Chinese, another one's Afghan. So just kind of like unfamiliar faces in a space where everyone looks at it as like the place to be. So I think that's like the biggest high that we've had, and like we want to build upon it.
In terms of future goals, 2 years you're here. Where do you want to be 2 years from now?
Question I ask myself every day.
Wow, look at you.
If we
pause.
weren't dealing with all this freaking chaos and like we were on a smooth trajectory, definitely store number 2. I'll say that. Definitely store number 2.
Sure, yeah.
Where
Where would you want to open, hypothetically? Dream big, my friend. Maybe I come back 2 years from now and you got the most spots.
2 places we've eyed. U
Village, very nice, yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very clean. We're like the Apple Store is.
Oh, I know where that is.
And then also
That Village?
Vancouver, Canada.
Vancouver, Canada.
Yeah, those are like the 2 places that I would
Does
love.
Vancouver have shoe game already, though?
I know a couple
They ain't
people
got what
out
you
there.
got. They ain't
Nah,
got what you got.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to say
That's
that.
Vancouver, we're coming for you.
There's some stuff out there, but it's harder to get sneakers over there.
Yeah.
So, and I'm pretty sure they don't even have a sneakers app in Canada.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to get shoes. So if you can kind of figure out that pipeline from like Seattle to Vancouver and kind of figure out the order situation.
Do you know about the Trader Joe Bandit?
No.
All right, so they don't have Trader Joe's in Canada as well. And there used to be a guy who would get a van Okay. And this is completely true. And he'd buy like $1,000 worth of Trader Joe's stuff in like Washington and drive it across the border. And Canadians would be like, "Can you see what you got?"
No, absolutely. Trader Joe's is crack.
Trader Joe's is
Trader
legit.
Joe's is crack.
We can agree on one thing. When a black man, an Afghan, and a Chinese and an Indian get together, Trader Joe's is legit.
Yeah, you can't get rid of Trader Joe's. Literally, I go to Trader Joe's all the time.
Yeah, she's fucking good.
Yeah.
What do you? My fucking thing at Trader Joe's right now is the spicy garlic cashews. They're so good.
I love there's just like cookie butter that they have.
Oh yeah,
There's just certain
basic,
cookie butter. No, but it's just their cookie butter is just my
It's
thing.
really good though.
It's my thing.
All right, man. Hey, plug your store, your name, and everything you want to do right now.
We're at Ablaj Northwest, our Instagram website, www.ablaj.com. Like I said, come support us. We appreciate you guys for coming through.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
Stop the video.